from the National Storm Channel studios. It's your daily weather briefing with Chief Meteorologist Sam Layton.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at the National Storm Channel. I trust you had a great Wednesday across northeastern Oklahoma and everywhere that's watching us. We do have some showers and storms on radar this afternoon, as expected, around that upper level low that is basically spinning over the Fort Smith area. You see the scattered showers and storms are heaviest down in southeastern Kansas, extending on down towards the Tahlequah area and then down towards Lake Eufaula. But even the showers extend as far west as over there in Payne County. Matter of fact, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the Branson area right now. We also have flash flood warnings in effect for Newton County, which includes the community of Neosho in southwestern parts of Missouri. And here's the heaviest storms right now near Columbus and also just to the north of Bartlett on over towards Altamont and Oswego, Kansas. This is in southeastern Kansas. And then you can see the showers and storms extend all the way down into northeastern Oklahoma, into Craig County, down towards Big Cabin, and eventually on down towards Pryor. And then some other showers extending further to the south there near around Choteau, over there in Mays County. Also some scattered showers and storms over in the south part of Tulsa around Bigsby right now as well. That extends on up towards New Tulsa and on over towards Inola. And then you can see the other scattered showers further to the south along the Arkansas River in Muskogee and the Fort Gibson area, and also down in Sequoyah County too. If we zoom back out and put this in motion, you'll see the general motion on this is around that upper level low that is basically centered right around the Fort Smith area. And it's very, very slow to get out of here, and that's why we've had the continuous showers and storms in our particular area. In fact, it's dumped quite a bit of rain. Now, this is just over the last 24 hours. You can see around 1.5 inches there in Inola, 3 inches there in Stigler. So it is putting down quite a bit of heavy rain. If you happen to get underneath one of those showers or storms, around 1/2 inch in Salisaw, almost 2 inches there in Cookson, a little over 1 inch in Stillwell, and also up towards Jay around 0.8 and almost 1 inch there in Miami. But you can notice off to the west, the rain amounts drop off significantly. And over the last couple of days, this has been the rainfall. You can see generally around 4 inches there in the Stigler area, almost 4 inches in Cookson as well, 3 1/3 or a little bit more than that over in Stillwell, 3 inches or almost that in Jay, over 3 inches in Miami. So very, very heavy rain falling in the eastern part of our area. And over the last 5 days, look at some of these rainfall amounts. Over 7 inches in Stigler and also almost 8 inches down in Valiant. So some very, very intense rainfall occurring. And as a result, we have some flooding issues on some of the rivers. You can also see almost 6 inches there in Worcester. Here in Tulsa, a little over 1.5 inches. Let's take a look at some of those rivers. As I mentioned, the Neosho River up in Ottawa County near Commerce. Right now it's at 19.22. It's expected to crest at 19.5, which is in the moderate category. And then it's expected to start falling off as we head towards Friday evening. And if we take a look at the Illinois River near Watts, it is now looking pretty good or better. It's 7.5 right now and is expected to maintain that, maybe increase just a little bit with all this rain that's coming into the watershed now by 5 p.m. on Thursday, and then start to decrease on after that. And then if we take a look at a little bit further downstream, the Illinois River at Chewy, right now it's at 8.19 and is expected to drop and continue to maintain itself for the next couple of days and then slowly start to go down. And on the Illinois River near Tahlequah, right now it's at 11.36 and is expected to continue to fall below the minor category later this evening and still be in the action stage for at least another couple of days, and then finally get back to normal as we head towards the early part of the weekend. And finally, the Poto River near Panama is at 33.7 right now and is expected to continue to fall back into the minor category this evening and then finally fall below flood stage by the time we go into early Friday afternoon. So things are starting to improve just a little bit, but some of those areas dumping quite a bit of heavy rain as we saw on radar. Lows this morning were pretty much in the 60s across the area, some 50s out towards the west, even a 48-degree reading in El Reno this morning, one of the coolest readings, and also some 40s out in the Panhandle as well. Highs this afternoon, not very high, especially in eastern Oklahoma, You can see 67 over there in Porter, 67 also in Haskell, as well as Eufaula, Wilburton, 67. Then surrounding that, you can see temperatures in the lower 70s, including Tulsa with a high of 72. Down in southwest Oklahoma, mid-80s though, so we're starting to see the warm air return, especially in those areas that's not received very much rainfall, and of course have a lot more sunshine this afternoon. And temperatures right now are still in the 60s for a large chunk of eastern Oklahoma with all the clouds and precip around. 65 in Okmulgee, also 65 in my hometown of Eufaula, 68 up in Inola, 69 in Pryor, 70 still here in the city, and 76 down in Oklahoma City, 85, one of the warmest readings down in Tillman County on the hour. Dew points, yeah, they're up there. Pretty moist and muggy. Dew points are in the mid-60s, pretty much all of eastern Oklahoma, 50s in central Oklahoma, and then you get into the 40s out towards the west where it is drier, of course, and way drier out in the Panhandle with a dew point of 41 degrees. In satellite view, can you pick out the upper level low? There it is, sitting right on the border of Oklahoma and Arkansas, spinning around, generating these scattered showers and storms. You can even see storms down in Texas as well, and also in central Texas, some big storms there, severe weather in fact there. And you can see the influence of this upper level low goes all the way out into western Oklahoma and into the plains of Colorado. But slowly but surely this will start to pull off to the east. We have about another day or two of its influence, and then we'll start to see warmer and more summer-like weather start to return. All right, here's a look at the radar forecast over the next 60 hours. And you can see that the rain chances are going to start decreasing dramatically as we head over in towards the weekend especially. Let's start this over here in just a second. And you can see that the scattered showers now, that will continue through the evening hours. And then as it continues to spin around that upper level low, more scattered showers again tomorrow across our area, and then slowly moving off towards the east, and then eventually dissipating as we go into Friday afternoon. Here's the rainfall forecast amounts. Now this is on the GFS model for the next 60 hours. You can see some areas we'll see right around ½ an inch. But again, keep in mind, if you get underneath one of those heavier showers, you could pick up an inch or two very, very easily. And if we take a look at the Canadian model, it's a little bit drier. It forecasts that the low is going to pull away a little bit faster. So as a result, the rainfall amounts are heavier along the Oklahoma-Arkansas border and less so over the Tulsa area. And if we take a look at the ICON model, it too has scattered showers on the forecast with heavier rainfall amounts down around Okiba and Hanna area. But again, it just depends upon if you get underneath one of those heavier showers. And on the NAM 3 kilometer, it paints a little bit heavier picture even out towards the west, and the heavier spot over there in Delaware County. So again, it's just going to be scattered around across the area. And then on the NAM 12 kilometer, it has the heavy rain basically over Logan County down to Lincoln County, down into Seminole, but still some areas getting heavier rain as well. All right, let's take a look at the temperatures by tomorrow morning. We're expecting temperatures to be in the lower 60s here in Tulsa with around 62 degrees at 7 a.m. Notice northwesterly winds, and then they kind of turn to the west, and then southerly behind or right around that upper level low. Temperatures in the 50s in places like Jay, Veneta, and Miami. Meanwhile, mid-60s down to the south and to the west. As we go through the morning into the afternoon, by 1 o'clock, we should see around 72 here in Tulsa. Northerly winds, 70 in Okmulgee, 71 in Eufaula, 77 over in Tahlequah. I think that's generous. I think it'll probably be closer to the lower 70s there. 74 in Tahlequah, 70 in Fort Smith, and 70 also in Fayetteville. And notice out to the west, temperatures a little bit warmer as well. And then by 4 o'clock, we'll see readings approaching 80 degrees out towards the west. Around 73 here in Tulsa. Notice the northwesterly winds coming in behind that upper level low. And here's the upper level low. By tomorrow, it should be centered around Harrison. So the bulk of the precip will start to move off into western parts of Arkansas and start to get out of our area, and we start to see a return to more dry conditions across our area. All right, let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, and you can see that 60% chance of scattered showers and storms again tomorrow, 73 for your high, and then on Friday, finally clearing out and drying out as well, 76, and then on Saturday, we start to see mostly sunny skies, temperatures approaching the 80-degree mark, 79 on Saturday, 81 on Sunday, and we just get warmer on Monday with 82, Finally, Tuesday, 86. And then Wednesday, 88. We actually get above normal because the normals, by the time we get to the 3rd of June, 84 and 64. Notice the lows are going to be pretty mild as well, except for Saturday. We'll drop down into the 50s briefly, 62 on Sunday and 64 on Monday. And then we start to see the muggies return by the early part of next week. And on the extended outlook, we see the scattered showers coming back in. 87 on Thursday with a 20% chance of storms in the southern sections. 20% on Friday morning, increasing to 40% on Friday. Then we drop down to 30% on both Saturday in the morning and in the afternoon. But notice temperatures will still be in the 80s. And then on Sunday, 30% chance of showers with a high of 86. And then we get warm again on Monday with a high of 87. And then we cool off just a little bit as we move into Tuesday and Wednesday. And right now, looking like 85 on your Wednesday with a 20% chance of showers. And notice our winds will be out of the south and then turning to more northeasterly. That's because the models are forecasting a hurricane to develop in the Gulf of Mexico around this period of time. But again, that's way far away. We have plenty of time to look at it. It hasn't even developed yet. So the models are kind of hinting at that, but that could be climatology being factored into the models as well, because we are kind of heading in to hurricane season. But nevertheless, I did include a chance of showers on your Wednesday for the 10th. And normally, by the time we get to the 10th of June, the high is 86 and low of 66. So we are definitely turning the corner and heading towards summer pretty rapidly. Here's a look at your allergies. Today, a 5.2, a little bit more tomorrow, 5.4, and then on Friday, 5.9. But then we start dropping just a little bit into Saturday and into Sunday. Most of that is chenopod and hickory, as well as grasses right now. So if you're allergic to those things, you're probably suffering quite a bit. All right, let's take a look at the lakes because they are dramatically higher with all the rain that we've had. 4.6 right now on Keystone. Fort Gibson's at 17.2 feet above normal and is rising. 10 Killer's at 9.1 and rising. Look at Worcester, 17.7 feet above normal and is still rising. Grand is at 3.7 and rising, and Hudson's at 3.2. So some of the lakes are looking pretty good, like Skytook. They're only at 0.6 and is holding steady. Same thing over in Lake Thunderbird, but over in Northwest Arkansas, they're also high at 8.8 at Beaver and 15.3 at Table Rock and is still rising. So a lot of these lakes, if you're heading out to the lakes this weekend, you might want to call ahead and make sure that those campgrounds and boat ramps are still operational. All right, here's a look at the temperatures across the nation from the 4th through the 10th. And you can see above normal for much of the country, including Oklahoma, cooler than normal for the Pacific Northwest, and just about normal for the New England states. And everyone else is going to be above normal. On the precip side, below normal, certainly in Oklahoma, all the way over into the Appalachians, and also the New England area. Or wetter than normal for South Florida, the Northern Plains, all the way out to the Pacific Northwest. All right, that's a look at your forecast. I'll be back tonight at 10 o'clock with another complete update for you. Hope to see you then. Thanks again for joining us here. Be sure to log on to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to us there. Make sure you get the alerts as well. And don't forget, we're also streaming on Twitter, Periscope, as well as LinkedIn. Have a great evening. We'll see you back here tonight at 10.
When severe weather threatens or strikes, turn to the National Storm Channel and Chief Meteorologist Sam Lake. Whether we are streaming from the field or broadcasting from our studios, our dedicated team of meteorologists are working hard to keep you and your family safe. Trust the National Storm Channel, because we are Oklahoma's weather authority.